Welcome to today's Explainer. I am absolutely thrilled to have you here because we're looking at a piece of tech news that could, quite literally, change the way we interact with the digital world. So we're focusing on a major announcement out of an Albuquerque-based tech firm called LINKSPREED LLC. They specialize in decentralized identity and this whole concept they call Web 4 infrastructure. Well, they just announced their UIID mobile app is hitting its final stages of development. We're going to break down exactly what this ecosystem is, what this mobile launch actually means for everyday folks like you and me, and of course, the incredibly cool technology running under the hood.
But before we get into the real nuts and bolts of the tech, I want you to stop and seriously think about this question for a second. Who truly owns your digital identity right now? Think about all those traditional logins you use every single day. Usually, your data, your passwords, your verification credentials, they're all just sitting on someone else's central server. You are essentially just borrowing access to your own digital life. Crazy, right? Well, this announcement from LINKSPREED is squarely aimed at fixing that exact vulnerability, replacing those old-school login methods with a secure digital ID that you actually own. All right, let's dive into part one. The UID Android launch, expanding the digital identity ecosystem.
Okay, let's unpack this and get our terms straight. UIID stands for Universal International Identity. And according to their release, this isn't just another basic login app on your home screen. No, it's a completely decentralized digital wallet and identity system. It's built to securely hold your credentials and verify exactly who you are across the internet, completely bypassing the need for some giant centralized corporate server to vouch for you. It is a massive foundational shift in how online verification actually works.
And the timing on this? It is incredibly immediate. LINKSPREED expects to drop this performance-optimized app on the Google Play Store for Android users within just 1 week. That's right, 1 week. They're just wrapping up those final last-minute performance tweaks to make sure the launch is rock solid. So we're not talking about some pie-in-the-sky roadmap for 5 years from now. This is a tangible software release hitting Android devices in literally a matter of days. And this quick turnaround plays perfectly into the company's broader strategy here, a pocket-first philosophy, shifting power to the user.
This absolutely brilliantly illustrates LINKSPREED's strategic pivot. So the UID ecosystem, it's actually already up and running on the web, but now they're transitioning into a native mobile-first reality. And it's super important to note, this mobile app isn't just a copy-paste of their website. It's a high-performance, totally secure environment that taps directly into hardware-level integration. By jumping from a web browser down into the native hardware of your phone, they're massively boosting both security and just everyday usability.
What's really fascinating is how the company itself is framing this whole transition. A spokesperson for LINKSPREED summed it up perfectly, saying, "We have already established the core of UIID on the web. Now we are putting that power directly into the pockets of our users." They really view crossing this Google Play Store finish line as the definitive step in making your digital identity truly portable. It is a literal and figurative transfer of power, taking your identity out of the cloud and stuffing it securely right into your pocket. So think of this like a digital anchor. Because they're utilizing that hardware-level integration we just mentioned, your sovereign identity becomes anchored directly to your specific mobile device. It guarantees that your identity stays under your absolute 100% ownership. It's not just floating around in some random database, it's tied securely to the physical device you carry around all day, making it primed and ready for the real-world economy.
Okay, but how exactly do you anchor an identity so securely that major institutions are actually going to trust it? Well, let's get into it. Unpacking the technology, institutional-grade trust.
To really grasp this, we need to slow down for a sec and talk about a concept called zero-knowledge proofs, or ZKPs for short. This is the heavy-lifting underlying tech that LINKSPREED is using inside the UID app to guarantee your privacy. Basically, zero-knowledge proofs allow a system to instantly verify that a credential is valid without ever actually revealing the raw underlying personal data to the person verifying it. It's the ultimate privacy-preserving tech. It lets you prove that something is true without ever having to show the actual proof itself. Mind-bending, right?
Let's bring this down to earth and apply it to everyday life, because this is where it gets super practical. The UID application brings what they call institutional-grade trust. Think about super important credentials, like your university degrees or strict compliance records. Picture a scenario where a platform, or maybe a potential employer, needs to verify you actually have that specific degree. By using those zero-knowledge proofs, the UID app can instantly say, "Yep, this is real," without you ever having to hand over sensitive, easily copied personal documents. It's a total game changer. All right, now that we've got a handle on the app and the tech making it tick, let's zoom out a bit. We're looking at the Web 4 ecosystem beyond the app. So a crucial piece of this puzzle is understanding how LINKSPREED actually views their own architecture. They boldly refer to themselves as the architect of the Web 4 ecosystem. In their dictionary, Web 4 is this entirely decentralized infrastructure specifically designed to empower you and organizations with radical ownership and security. It's this grand vision of the internet, where those clunky, centralized login methods are completely wiped out and replaced by a user-owned, decentralized model. That is the ultimate endgame of the infrastructure they're putting together.
And here's exactly how that Web 4 ecosystem works in practice, step by step for a user. Step 1, the UIID app serves as your main authentication layer. You log in there. Step 2, once you're in, this acts as the foundational digital wallet for LINKSPREED's entire TRIVE suite of applications. But wait, it doesn't stop there. Step 3, the app is built for the ecosystem and beyond. It's literally designed to seamlessly plug into third-party platforms, schools, and even financial services. So your one single device-anchored identity becomes the key that unlocks a massive, interconnected network of services.
Now, this rollout strategy is moving incredibly fast. Looking back, they've already successfully set up the UID core on the web. Fast forward to this coming week, and we're getting that native Android launch on the Google Play Store, packing that pocket-first hardware integration, and looking ahead, well, LINKSPREED has firmly committed to full cross-platform access, confirming that an iOS version for all you Apple users will be hitting the market later this year.
Which brings us to a final thought here. We've traced LINKSPREED's journey from the web to native mobile. We've unpacked the magic of zero-knowledge proofs, and we've explored their massive vision for a decentralized Web 4. So I want to leave you with this. What will radical ownership actually look like in your own digital life as this technology explodes? If traditional passwords and logins just completely fade away, how will having a sovereign digital anchor sitting right there in your pocket change how you browse the web, handle your education, or manage your finances? It is a truly fascinating evolution of the internet, and we'll absolutely be keeping our eyes on it. Thank you so much for joining me for today's explainer. Keep learning, and I'll catch you next time.